Yeah. Randy, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, be seated. Okay. Yeah.
Mr. Spooner,
Yes.
Mr. Moyer,
here.
Mr. Kinlan,
Here.
Mr. Baumgartner,
Here.
Ms. Paskowitz, Mr. Jordan. And Mr. Haskins is not present.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, did everybody get the minutes? It was all, I know it was emailed because I got it. Okay, can we have a motion to accept the minutes?
Make a motion to accept.
I'll second. Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same side. Minutes passed. Okay. We did that. Okay, Brian, you have in here to review some of our past stuff, is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you want to,
Yep. So I'm just basically looking to see if you have any feedback from the Pearl Harbor Day event, which is the first one, item A, in regards to anything. I know we had the new sound system up down there, and one thing to keep in mind, we had an issue a little bit with the Four Chaplains event with the wind. When the wind is blowing across from the north, it still provides a little bit of feedback. But we did purchase something that separated the microphone from the podium. So in past events, if you noticed, even with the new sound system, we would get a little bit of feedback. If you were touching the podium and somebody was tapping it, you would get the feedback in the mic. We did purchase a system that separated the mic from the podium, so we shouldn't receive that feedback anymore. But basically, these two unfinished items are just for any input that you all have based on those two events that we had.
okay, anybody else got anything reference those events?
I think it was great. I was there. Yeah. So, much better than last year.
To my left, anything?
I'll go there.
Okay, everybody doing okay over there?
Yes, no, I thought it was excellent.
Okay, all right.
Everybody could hear in the back.
Okay. Do we have any public input? You just want to say hi, or?
Steve Badcourt, Junior Vice President of Post
Real quick, sir, if you could just come up.
Come up to the microphone and start over.
Betancourt, B-E-T-A-N-C-O-U-R-T. As far as the microphone issue, I know when we had the Veterans Day
Is that
meeting.
Is your mic on?
Just tap to.
It's on. I'm just a low speaker. I know there was some issues as far as the phone, the microphones going in and out, and we have brought that up to see how the city can do something about it. I haven't heard of anything, but I don't know. I guess we have to wait for the next meeting that we have there, or whatever event we have there, to determine what's going to be the issue. So I hope everything works out.
Yeah, it went well on Pearl Harbor Day. It went very well.
March.
Very well.
What day is Pearl Harbor?
Mr. Chair, may I?
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure, what event were you at in which you had issues with the microphone system?
Veterans Day.
Okay, we've had a couple of events since then, and we did purchase a brand new sound system.
Okay.
That's now for the city has for all of our events.
So everything is working at this time, I guess. Okay, but I know, like last time I said, that was last event I was there, was Veterans Day. I know there was a big issue where actually John was the speaker. But it turned out to be a good event anyway. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Steve. Okay, the next item up, I just gave Brian coming in, I have a retired colonel from the United States Army, and she will be the keynote speaker. Her name is Patty Ryan. and she's got a very nice history. I gave him the bio, and by next meeting, Brian, I gotta contact all the rest of the speakers and everything, and so we can get all that taken care of. I do have one quick question I just thought of. Your camera guy said he recorded it for Veterans Day, but he said for Memorial Day, he may be good to go to actually live.
Okay, I'll speak with them to see if they're quite ready to do that yet. I know they did record Veterans Day, and what our plan is with the recordings is to eventually get it into the position where we can run those similar to how we run council meetings and veterans meetings on the Channel 25. We would just run it through the feed to showcase those events. I'll have to look into the live feed portion though and see if they're ready to do that. But even if they aren't, it would be something that we could run on a loop on Channel 25 after Memorial Day.
Okay, thank you. And on Memorial Day, I believe both the American Legion Post and the VFW will be doing open houses, which we did for Veterans Day. Also, the service for Memorial Day will start at 11. Okay. And then open houses to follow. And we do have a meeting, which we'll cover in a minute, before, so we'll be good to go, all right? Any other, yes?
Are you accepting donations for Memorial Day for the food?
Yes, sir.
I can help.
More than happy to, donations for anything, anytime.
Okay.
All right. While we're on new business, one quick thing. Brian, have you seen our markers at the grave in Sebastian? It is a marker with a flag.
Are you speaking specifically at the cemetery or?
At the cemetery, yes, sir.
I have not, no, sir.
Okay. Well, I was asked to bring that up under new business because we are the advisory committee. We were notified, I don't know who notified us, whoever's in charge, I think at the cemetery, and said that he had problems with leaving them up. And we try to make them a permanent marker and then only change the flags twice a year on Veterans Day and Memorial Day. So I don't know who we would see other than him. It is a project of the Sons of the American Legion that we do through the Legion. And I'm just bringing it up here for the record, so whatever we need to do, or who do we need to see, or do we need to go see the city manager and just see if we can find a way to place the markers and leave them.
Let me do a little bit of research on that, and then
Yes,
I'll follow
please.
back up with you all
Yeah.
via email, since we do go a couple months before our next meeting. But I'll send an email out with following up on exactly what I find out in
Yes.
regards to that.
Yeah, and if we need to meet with somebody, just let me know. I think Peter Puzo from the Sons of the American Legion is currently in charge of that project. He started it. And at the other cemeteries we go to, we've never had a problem of having to move them. So we just need to find out. Otherwise, we would have to stop putting the markers out and only put the flags twice a year, which we would do in conjunction with the Boy Scouts.
Okay, so,
that's-
and Mr. Chair, if I'm correct, you're asking if you can continue to leave the markers out year-round at the
And if there's a
sites.
particular place that we could meet, who we need to meet with to find out where we could put them so they don't interfere with cutting of the grass. That is what I was told was possibly a problem. So if you can help me, that would be wonderful.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right. Does anybody else have any new business? Starting with you, Barney, down there?
I have some information I'd like to. Yeah, we're on. I have some information I'd like to pass along for the city, on behalf of the VFW. Though I speak for the American Legion also. They have just finished a Teacher of the Year program here in Indian River County, and the VFW and some of those persons who were in that program have gone forward to the national program. That program included not only a Teacher of the Year throughout the county, but also a Patriots program, and particularly in Sebastian Middle School made a tremendous response to that, and there were actually 3 winners from Sebastian Middle School to that particular program. Also, we have just completed and have not yet done the presentations, Police Officer of the Year, and we have awards to go to Sebastian, to the Sheriff's Office, and to the City of Vero Beach. Fellows Mayor did not decline to be involved in it, and we have those programs, and those will be, the VFW will be putting dates forward on that, and we'll have more information on that for the press.
Thank you, Barney. Anybody else under new business? Okay, seeing and hearing none. Anything from staff?
Yes, thank you, Chair. I just have one thing, giving you a little bit of an update on the CDBG process. I know that was mentioned back when we started the budget calendar year in October, and then in a couple of our meetings we discussed that there is a portion of that money that is dedicated to veterans and seniors for housing rehabilitation. I just want to clarify that because I got with Miss Lisa Frazier, who is the Community Development Director, earlier today just to get an update, and it is for housing rehabilitation for seniors and veterans. And that money, at this time, they're not ready to start accepting applications. They have a consultant that they have hired that is going through the process. They've got a list of about 20 things that they have to check off since it is a federally funded program, and they have to meet all those requirements, and then we can put it out. We have to go out to RFP to get contractors, materials for the projects, and that such. And once we receive all that, then we'll start to receive applications from applicants that are interested in this program.
Okay. Yeah, and the one thing I remember, Barney had questioned, and I think had met with you or somebody else. We need a new door at the post, and Barney's question was, I know it's for veterans, but his question was, could it be for veteran organizations that serve veterans?
My understanding is that the answer is no.
Okay.
It has to be for someone's personal housing
individual
rehabilitation.
Okay. Okay, Barn?
Yep.
We got our answer.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes, unfortunately, we got our answer, but that's okay.
One thing that we will be doing, and I can make no guarantee on it, we are approaching the Veterans Council, which I'm a delegate at, for contributing 50% to the money that is given veterans here in Sebastian. Now, this will go before the board, and I don't have an answer yet, but we have discussed it with the city on it, and the city is in agreement with it.
Okay. All right, and does anybody have anything else coming up that we need to make sure we have in the minutes? And just, I assume everybody knows, but this meeting, as you know, this is being recorded and then it's played out to the city.
Right.
So if there's anything you wanted to get out, et cetera. Okay, seeing and hearing none. All right, our next meeting is going to be Monday, May 4th. And by that time, hopefully I will have it, well, okay. My wife will have everything put together for the handouts that we'll hand out on Memorial Day. And the only difference from Memorial Day is that's also the American Legion Auxiliary Poppy Drive weekend. So there will be ladies there handing out poppies, and if you want to give them a donation, but if you don't, it doesn't matter. You get a poppy. That's Poppy Drive weekend for the American Legion, and that will be mentioned in the, I think, in the program also. All right? Seeing and hearing nothing else to come before us, then I say, motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We are in adjourn. Thank you all.